Hi everyone, I'm Syeda and I'm ZAHRA. Today's presentation is about the child protection and mandatory reporting in early childhood education. Every child has the right to grow up in safe and nurturing environment where they are protected from abuse, neglect and harm. This right is recognized internationally in the United Nations Convention on the Right of Child, which states that children have the right to protection from all forms of violence, abuse, and neglect. As early childhood educators, it is our legal and ethical responsibility to protect children from abuse, neglect, and harm. We educators interact with children daily, so we are the first professionals who notice behavior changes, physical injuries, or other sign of maltreatment, which may suggest that child is at risk. This make our role more important in recognizing the concerns and respond appropriately. Our role is not only to educate the children but also support their safety and well-being. In this presentation, I will discuss what are the obligations of mandatory reporting, how these responsibilities shape the educator's role, how mandatory reporting is applied in practice, and what are the ethical responsibilities. Critical analysis, mandatory reporting, and educator's role. This is the legal responsibility of educators and other professionals to report about the suspected child who is facing abuse, neglect, or at the risk of harm. Educators do not need any proof, they must report based on their observations and belief and allow the child protection authorities to investigate. These legal responsibilities shape every aspect of educator's role. Firstly, educator must observant. Every day we observe children's physical health, emotional well-being, and interactions with others. Changes in children, such as unexplained injuries, sudden behavioral changes, poor eye hygiene, fearfulness, bruises, and frequent absence, may indicate that child needs help or support. Although these signs do not confirm abuse, they require careful observations and professional judgment. Secondly, mandatory reporting also supports the importance of building trust and strong relationship with children. When children feel safe, respected, and listened to, they can more freely communicate their feelings. The Early Year Learning Framework Version 2.0 emphasizes on the secure, respectful, and reciprocal relationships for children's well-being and learning. Through strong teacher-children relationship, educators can develop confidence in children to feel supported. And other responsibility is accurate documentation. Educator must record factual observation which do not include personal opinion. Documentation should include dates, time, behavior, injuries, conversation, and exact words of child. Exact records help the educator to make belief and also provide the valuable evidence for child protection agencies. Mandatory reporting also support the educators to understand the legal framework such as national quality standards, particularly Quality Area 2, which is about the children's health and safety, requires services to protect every child from harm and ensure their protection in practices. These frameworks help educators to make decisions when concerns arise. It shapes our role by in reinforcing that children's safety always comes first before personal fears of damaging relationships with families. Protecting children is not simply a legal obligation, it is fundamental part of our role as early childhood professionals. Application to practice. As educators, it is more important to know how to apply these responsibilities in everyday practice. It is not only about the making of report, it is also about the creating an environment where children feel safe, secure, and supported every day. For example, an educator observed that a 2-year-old child regularly arrive at center with unexplained bruises and do not participating and stays silent in group activities and becomes anxious at home time. The educator carefully documents factual observation, child behavior, any visible injuries, and conversation with child. instead of making any assumptions or investigating the situation themselves. These concerns then should be discussed with the nominated supervisor and managed according to the service's child protection policy. If there are any signs that the child is at the risk of harm, a report is made to the relevant child protection authority as well. Applying child protection in practice also includes maintaining supervision, building trust, respecting child's voice, and ensuring that every child feels valued and secure. These align with the early year learning framework, which emphasizes children's well-being and belonging. Professional learning is also part of the practice, so it is our responsibility to participate in ongoing training to ensure our knowledge remains up to date. It will help us to recognizing the concerns and responding appropriately. Ethical reflection. Fear or stress. Mandatory reporting also involves ethical decision making. Educators often face the situation where they have fear or emotional stress. Reporting about a child may affect the relationship with families or create fear about wrong decision. The Early Childhood Australia Code of Ethics state it as the primary responsibility of educators to act in the best interest of the children and to protect their rights, safety, and well being. This means even when reporting is uncomfortable, educators must act if the child may be at risk. Confidentiality, it is another important ethical responsibility as Code of Ethics also state that it is the educators responsibility to safeguard the security of information about the children and maintain the confidentiality about the families. So, the educator should only be shared the information about the families and children to the authorized professionals who are directly involved in protecting the child. For me, ethical practice means speak up when a child may be at risk, even if the situation is difficult. Conclusion. In a nutshell, child protection and mandatory reporting are vital responsibilities for all early childhood educators. It requires educators to observe signs of abuse or neglect, respond timely and appropriately, document concerns and report according to legislations and services policies. These responsibilities shape our role by remain observant, building trust, which with children, maintain professional knowledge, and always prioritize children's safety. As a future early childhood educator, I will continue to develop my knowledge of child protection, legal frameworks, follow the services policies, and work collaboratively with colleagues and families for the well being of the children. Here are some research references which I have used in my presentation to support my uh, presentation. Thank you for listening me.